Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, February 3rd. You know what that means. It is not February 3rd, it is February 4th. I'm sorry, y'all. And you know what that means. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. You know you can check me out on the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. So Tony Khan has a major announcement planned, and word on the street is it's finally going to be about the debut of one Mercedes Moné. He's probably going to announce a Boston show, which will be the hype for Mercedes coming to the WWE. It's kind of like what they did with CM Punk when they announced the last dance or first dance, whatever, when Punk debuted on, what was that, Rampage? Or it was like a Friday Night Rampage, I believe. But yeah, that's the goings down. The federal government will be conducting an investigation into Vincent Kennedy McMahon. They have been well aware of the lawsuit coming on since last summer. This is not over at the very least, and even the heads of TKO already knew that this was going to come. They knew about Vince McMahon's misdeeds. Vince is also being removed from the website. He's being removed from the 2K game. Same goes for Brock Lesnar, who will not be a part of WrestleMania this year. And Janelle, what is her name? Janelle Grant. She, her lawyer says that they have many witnesses ready to come forward. There's some really, really good news. If you saw Collision this past Saturday, you will see that one Bryan Keith has been signed to AEW. I want them to throw him right there in Ring of Honor, make him one of the top stars of Ring of Honor. He is very much that good. There's been a change in the WrestleMania start time. Looks like WrestleMania 40 will be starting at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock this year. That's going to be a very, very long show. Stardom has fired Roshi Ogawa amid poaching rumors. And here's the thing, a lot of Stardom talent are very, very loyal to him. Okada came out with a statement. We got to keep our ear on the ground because when we were doing the Forbidden Door, right, and it really didn't make sense for there to be no Stardom at all represented. No Mayu Iwatani, no Azumi. It just didn't make sense. And this is going to be big. This is going to be really, really, really big. Sounds like he was poaching talent or was messing up somewhere. Tony Khan was very excited and happy about this. So we're gonna hopefully be ready for it. On the injury side of things, CM Punk addressed the crowd on Raw this past Monday. He will be out from 4 to 6 months as he suffered a torn tricep. As for Wardlow, we're going to wait and hear about his knee. Something happened this past week, so we got to wait for that. Danny Palmer had double hip surgery, so she's going to be out for pretty much a good minute. So we're wishing her the best. Phoenix is making progress amid his recent injury, back, legs, getting used to his new hip. Roosh is getting ready to make his comeback after his previous injury, and Jeff Cobb is out with undisclosed injury? Yes, we don't know what the injury is, but he will be out for a minute. That is the news, and we'll be right back. All right, let's get into the week in review. In the week that was, and oh boy, was it a week. Let's start with Monday Night Raw. We had the Royal Rumble Fallout. So, CM Punk starts the show, comes out in a sling, says he's injured. I immediately think back to Jon Moxley, weak body, weak mind, all of that. And he's going to be out. He's going to miss WrestleMania. This was only CM Punk's second match back, and he's hurt already. Drew McIntyre comes out. Drew McIntyre comes out and says he's not really he's not really a religious man. I was really upset when Punk threw him out, but he went home that night and prayed for something to happen to CM Punk. And when he heard that Punk was injured, he slept like a baby. Drew McIntyre's putting in some really, really good heel work right now. He then sort of attacked Punk, and then Sami Zayn came out to make the save. This was just good work. Drew is on a roll right now. The Judgment Day retained the tag team championships over DIY. They then called out R-Truth and says, "Look, Truth, this is Priest talking truth. I like you. I really do. But you're not a part of Judgment Day. You never have. So it hurts me that we've got to do this, and I won't be the one to do it." And then they all jump him, sans Priest. And then the Miz comes out, and it's like, if you paid close attention, Don was trying to shoo Truth away, but McDonough kept attacking. So yeah, there's something going on. But Miz failed to help because that damn numbers game. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeated Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Seth Rollins came out with his little limp and made a plea to Cody. Cody came out as well to challenge Seth for his World Heavyweight Championship instead of going after Roman. Honestly, I don't need to see Cody versus Seth for a fourth time when Cody won the first three matches and Cody won the third match with one arm in the Hell in a Cell. Just saying. Jey Uso defeated Bronson Reed. Andrade signs with Raw. Becky Lynch says she has a plan B. Gunther retained the Intercontinental Championship over Kofi. Kingston and Imperium attacked them after the match. The Kabuki Warriors defeated Natalya and Tegan Nox. And Katana and Kaden will get a rematch next week for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Bayley comes out to make her choice. She's with Damage Control. And then Rhea comes out and tells Bayley not to pick her. And then Nia jumps Rhea, attacks her, dominates her, and leaves Rhea laying. And this is the first time in a long time we've seen someone truly put a beating on Rhea Ripley. In the main event, Drew McIntyre defeated Sami Zayn after an accidental low blow and then gave him a Claymore. Over on Dynamite, CMLL has arrived. Jon Moxley defeated Jeff Hardy, and he offered Jeff a handshake, but Jeff shrugged that away. Mox kind of got into an argument with the CMLL guys who were in the crowd in the front row, and then they attacked Mox. In the locker room were in the mall. There was no BCC. They weren't in the building that night. Hangman Page defeated Toa Leona. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson find a stagehand. Wardlow defeated Commander, and looks like something happened with Wardlow's knee in this match, so we'll keep our ears on for that. The Best Friends stopped Undisputed Kingdom from attacking Commander. We had a sit-down interview with the tag champs and Darby Allin and Sting, and they just want to know what's up. Darby and Sting wants to know what's Ricky, and Ricky's like, he's upset that Sting's first victory in AEW, first match, was against Ricky. And it came against Ricky, and he wants to get that back. And Darby's like, you can't use Sting's career as a stepping stone. Sting's like, I like you, Darby. I like you, Ricky. You're good. You're gonna be great. And it was some beef there, and there was supposed to be no contact. But we'll keep an ear out for this one. Chris Jericho defeated Kyle Fletcher. Takeshita will challenge Jericho next week. The Bang Bang Scissors Gang came out and just hyped up the crowd. We're clearly going to get a unification match for the Ring of Honor and the AEW Trios Championships. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Taya Valkyrie. Matthew and Nicholas tempt Darby Allin, to join up with them after Sting leaves. They're going to worm their way into a title match. I already know it. Swerve Strickland in the main event defeated RVD in a hardcore match. Heyman came out of confronting Swerve, and they'll have a number one contenders match next. We go over Impact. Over in TNA on Impact. I like that now. TNA has their own show called Impact Wrestling. Very much love it. Nick Nemeth needs friends. Nick Nemeth defeated Trey Miguel in a good match, and then the Rascals and Steve Macklin attacked him after the match, and nobody came out to help. Khan says the design is dead, and he'll show everyone who the baddest man in the company is. The Decay won a squash match. MK Ultra won a rematch for the tag team titles, and Jody Threat and Danny Palmer once. Next, we had the first episode of the Sound Check with Alan Angels, interviewing Josh Alexander, and Alan Angels kind of went over the line, said something about Josh Alexander's kid, how he's not a good role model for him. And we're going to get a match between them two. Brian Myers defeated Kevin Knight. Kushida saved Kevin Knight from a beatdown. This message has been approved by Mustafa Ali, and his two bodyguards are the good hands, and Ali will be coming for the X Division championship. Frankie Kazarian says that Eric Young was a means to an end. He's the one that saved TNA, and he's going to be the one to keep TNA on top. Alex Shelley vows to get his world championship back. PCO defeated Cody Deaner, and then Khan attacked them both. I think he murdered PCO. I think he murdered Cody Deaner. Rich Swann and Rhino brushed off AJ Francis. Masha Slamovich defeated Jody Threat in the main event. I believe this was the first match of the best of three. Grizzled Young Veterans defeated ABC. Over on SmackDown, we had more Royal Rumble fallout. Logan Paul, the scumbag that he is, celebrated defeating KO. Gave KO props, but he's done with KO. He's moving past him. KO comes out and says, listen, I cheated. The ref did his job. Can't be mad, but he's going to come for that championship. The KO defeated Austin Theory with the brass knuckles. He did not get caught this time. Naomi and Tiffany Stratton are now signed up with the SmackDown brand. Tiffany slaps Meechin because nobody celebrated her. Logan Paul interrupts Bianca's conversation with Adam Pearce, which don't do that. Legado Del Fantasma vows to end the LWO. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate won a fatal four-way match. They'll face the winner of a fatal four-way that goes down on Raw, with the winner of that match facing Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and they'll face the Judgment Day at the Elimination Chamber for the Tag Team Championships. Damage Control talks shit about Bayley. She notices. She costs them. So they come out. Bayley's going to make her choice. And Bayley wants to know why Damage Control turned on her. She's like, EO, when I made this group with you and Dakota, we were supposed to be best. And as soon as Asuka and Kyrie signed up, like joining, you just turned on me. And they jumped her. They jumped Bayley. And Bayley chooses EO for WrestleMania. This is one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most. The Final Testament versus the Pride ended in a no contest, as B-Fab helped the Pride fend off the Final Testament. So now we got a new faction with a woman, and I just need more factions with women. That's all I want. I think right now we've got the LWO, Legado del Fantasma, the Final Testament, the Pride, and the Judgment Day, and the Alpha Academy. That's 6 factions on the main roster with women in it. I love it. Tiffany Stratton defeated Meechin, and Roman comes out and completely buries Seth Rollins. Buries him. Buries his world championship. And there was nothing false with what Roman said. You want second place money, or do you want tribal chief money? Oh, everybody that Seth has defended his championship against, I've already beat. Like, buried this man. Cody comes out and says, Seth made really good points, but the championship that Roman Reigns held is still the championship of Bruno Sammartino. It is still the championship that was taken from his father. And Cody says that he's going to finish the story. Is finish the story winning the WWE Championship, or is it taking everything away from Roman Reigns? And he's had some counsel, and he said that he's going to take everything from Roman, but it won't be at WrestleMania. But there's somebody else that will. And one of Rhodes' counsel was The Rock. Rock comes out, says some words to Cody, and you can see in Cody's face he was hurt. And Cody gives up his WrestleMania spot to The Rock. And The Rock and Roman have a stare down. We're going to dive more into this tomorrow in Kind of like our first expose. This is the people versus the people's champ. Get ready for that tomorrow. Over on Rampage, Top Flight defeated Private Party. This was definitely better than their first match they had. Private Party refused to shake hands after the match, so there's definitely going to be a third match. Sammy Guevara is coming for the Don Callis family. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal continue to implode Ricky and Big Bill. Ricky Starks and Big Bill defeated the Dark Order in an eliminator match. Hobbs says he won't be running from Sami. Willow Nightingale defeated Queen Aminata, and it was a good match, but Queen Aminata has to start winning matches. She can't keep being in that Takeshita role when Takeshita first got started, having really good matches but not getting W's. Because spoiler alert, Queen Aminata also fought on Collision and lost again. The Kingdom and Roddy versus the Best Friends will happen next week. The Outcast interrupts Willow's interview, so they'll have a tag team match next week. Mystico, Valador Jr., Hechicero, and Mascara Dorado defeated Cool Hand Ange, Daddy Magic, Matt Sydal, and Christopher Daniels. Over on Collision, we had the rise of Danny Garcia. It's really good. Eddie Kingston defeated Brian Keith in an eliminator match. I need somebody to do an eliminator match at some point, but after the match, Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview Eddie Kingston, and Eddie was like, hey, well, whatever, go talk to Brian Keith. Brian Keith is now All Elite, which is good. That Bryan Danielson comes out to steal the spotlights, according to Nigel McGuinness, and acknowledges Brian Keith while ignoring Eddie Kingston. This is not over with, to say the least. The BCC says they respect all of wrestling history and don't understand why the CMLL guys went over that line, but now they got what's coming to them. And then Bryan Danielson defeated Hechicero in a fantastic technical masterpiece of a match. Hechicero attacked after the match until Claudio ran him off. FTR and Daniel Garcia will continue teaming up. Hook defeated the Outrunners. The House of Black will tear down Mark Briscoe. Yeah, I like this. Briscoe's in the ring, doing an interview, just getting everybody ready, hyped, and just, really enjoying things. House of Black's coming for him. Serena Deeb defeated Queen Aminata. It's another loss by Queen Aminata. So she's lost to Serena Deeb, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Sky Blue. I think she's lost to Julia Hart as well. Swerve Strickland shouts us all the black wrestlers for Black History Month. Shouted out Kofi Kingston. Shouted out Ron Simmons. Shouted out our forever champion Athena. And he tells Prince Nana to not get involved in his match with Hangman. I think we might be getting a Swerve face turn soon. Tony Storm will have a tune-up on Dynamite against Red Velvet. Red Velvet defeated Vert Vixen in the main event. FTR and Daniel Garcia defeated the Patriarchy. After the match, Christian was staring down Daniel Garcia. So looks like we got our next TNT Championship feud. Kill Switch got a little bit of the cold shoulder during this match. Our matches of the week, ladies and gentlemen, from Monday Night Raw: Gunther versus Kofi Kingston for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther hadn't defended the championship in about a month, but this match was really, really good. People forget that Kofi Kingston is that dude. Also for Raw, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. From Dynamite, Swerve Strickland versus Rob Van Dam in a hardcore match. From Impact, the Grizzled Young Veterans versus ABC. Love me some tag team wrestling. From Collision, Bryan Danielson versus Hechicero, and FTR and Daniel Garcia versus the Patriarchy. It's good. Our star of the week is, I could have given this to a lot of people. I'm giving it to Bryan Keith, who is now All Elite. But that's our show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. What we got coming for you this week, we got a list who should next win the Royal Rumble. 5 for the men, 5 for the women. We got Flashback Friday. We got the High Risk Wrestling Podcast episode 162, Faction Warfare Part 6, and then we're going to do 2 exposés, one on the AEW rankings and the other one, the people versus the people's champ. Don't forget to check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, of course the 215 on Twitter, Charismatic Creations52 on Patreon, and as always, Gigi, Bailey, Island, Dawn, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, and Anna J. Holla at your boy. Peace.